internet said that Puffy tried to kill me. I left them parties early. I was out by 9. Something don't look right. It's slippery in here.
He got mad at me a little bit because I would follow him, and I would actually follow him with a camera, because at that time Puff was the biggest guy in the world. You know, you couldn't even get in his parties. So the way I would get in his parties, I show up with a camera. Like, yo, Puff, you need to document it.
You know what's crazy? I used to follow Diddy back in the day when Diddy had all of the songs out. He was so famous, we couldn't get into our own clubs in LA. Like, we go in the clubs, we'll get
you go with him?
No.
If you thought things couldn't get any messier in the game, think again. Joe Rogan just stepped in and said what the streets have been whispering about. Diddy might be out here moving grimy, and Jamie Foxx barely made it out alive. It's got layers. If you've been paying attention to what's been going down around Diddy, things are looking real sus. There's always been talk about how people around him suddenly drop like flies, and the official stories don't always add up. First, you have Kim Porter, his ex and the mother of his kids. The report said she died of pneumonia, but no one really trusts that, even to this day. Then there's the conspiracy theory about Uncle Ron, the man who had the courage to speak out about Diddy's alleged role in Biggie's death. This dude had been dropping some heavy accusations, and shortly after, he's out of the picture. 2. According to reports, he passed away from pneumonia again. Then there's ALB. He was the first one to shout out how Kim's sudden passing didn't make sense, and next thing you know, he's in a coma. Luckily, he made it back, but let's not act like the timing doesn't scream foul play. Jamie Foxx isn't a stranger to Diddy's wild lifestyle. Word is, Jamie was a regular at those infamous Diddy parties. But here's the kicker, Jamie wasn't just attending. Nah, this dude allegedly always had a camera with him, recording whatever went down. Jamie might have had the receipts on everything happening behind closed doors, but that's not all. Jamie even claimed to have schooled Diddy on how to throw parties.
Come to my place in LA, I'll throw you a party for $400 that will rival this party. And he got a little mad because, you know, he was like, yo, no, I'm known for this front. I said, no, I'm not, I respect you. I said, but LA, I just know how to get around.
Parties without blowing through racks on racks. While Diddy was out here going crazy with million-dollar budgets, Jamie allegedly showed him how to keep the vibe going without breaking the bank. Now, y'all remember how in 2023, Jamie Foxx suddenly ended up in the hospital. Unresponsive? Ever since then, there's been this wild story about him having a run-in with Diddy and possibly talking to the feds about some shady dealings. At the time, there was a lot of speculation that Jamie was poisoned. If that's true, it lines up with the same pattern we've seen before with people close to Diddy, and that's not all. Big homie CC, the celebrity bodyguard who's been in the thick of Hollywood's craziest scenes, confirmed some wild connections between Diddy and Jamie Foxx. This man doesn't speak just to be heard. He's worked directly at events hosted by these two, and his claims paint a disturbing picture. According to him, Diddy and Jamie's bond ran deep, but the parties they threw were on a whole other level, and not in a good way. Homie says he provided security at events where things got so out of hand they were downright disturbing. His partner, Duggar DC, even described walking into a party's public bathroom and finding 5 men in very compromising positions. Duggar called it one of the most traumatizing situations.
The Jamie Foxx party? Bodyguard for Jamie Foxx. I go to the bathroom. You in there playing with each other. Like 5 in there playing with each other.
He's ever witnessed. And it wasn't just an isolated incident. Big homie isn't pulling any punches, claiming that Diddy poisoned Jamie Foxx to silence him, allegedly because Jamie might have damaging footage from Diddy's infamous parties. Jamie has openly talked about how he documented Diddy's wildest moments, even calling it classic material. But if these tapes really exist, what could be on them that would make Diddy go to such extreme lengths? The idea that Jamie might have recorded some of the most outrageous, dangerous, or even illegal behavior at these parties raises serious questions. If Diddy had reason to believe Jamie could expose him with the footage, it's not hard to imagine why he might want to shut him down, especially if the tapes contained evidence that could ruin reputations or bring unwanted attention to some seriously shady dealings. The fact that Jamie was so open about having these recordings makes the situation even more tense, as it's clear that whatever was captured could potentially have serious consequences for everyone involved, but it doesn't. stop there. According to Big Homie, this situation wasn't just about some tapes. He claims that Jamie might have had a fallout with some of Diddy's closest associates, which only fueled the fire and made things even more dangerous. If Jamie was no longer on good terms with Diddy's inner circle, that could have put him in an even more vulnerable position. Falling out with powerful people around someone like Diddy could lead to all sorts of conflicts, especially when those associates have a stake in keeping certain things under wraps. It's possible that the tension between Jamie and Diddy's team added more fuel to the fire, pushing things beyond just business or friendship and into more sinister territory. The idea that there were personal rifts within Diddy's circle, combined with the potential for explosive footage, could explain why the situation escalated so quickly and violently. It's one thing to have compromising tapes, but when those tapes are tied to a growing personal conflict.
So Dugar is going to the bathroom for the dude, you feel me? He opens the door, and it's 5 dudes in there having a circle jerk. He was aghast by this, you feel me? Astonished.
Every time I heard this shit, it made me mad.
And it takes the whole situation to a whole new level of danger. Just when you thought the story couldn't get any wilder, Jamie Foxx's Netflix special, What Had Really Happened is adding even more twists. Word on the street is that this special dives deep into his complicated relationship with Diddy. Multiple sources claim that Jamie flat out accused Diddy of orchestrating his hospitalization and allegedly poisoning him. Several media outlets have already reported on witnesses from the set who are standing firm on these allegations. According to them, Jamie didn't shy away from pointing fingers and made it clear that this wasn't just some comedian riffing for laughs. They're saying Jamie was dead serious, making sure the audience understood the gravity of what he was saying. If this is true, it could blow the lid off the entire Diddy saga.
I had a town car, popped out the town car with a camera, said, yo, Puff, yo, you gotta let me film this, the whole thing, we need to document this, Playboy. He was like, yo, let him through. And I'm like, all right, I'm through.
Is there any idea why Diddy would want to poison Jamie Foxx?
You get called to testify if you on camera and some of this footage, and you want to make it a little bit easier for you.
And finally explain the tension that's been brewing between the two. The fact that Jamie is now openly addressing these accusations in such a public way suggests that this conflict is far from over and could potentially unravel a much bigger story than anyone imagined. But Jamie himself recently addressed the growing speculation with a statement, publicly denying that he was ever at any of Diddy's parties. He claimed that people were just running wild with rumors and that none of it was true. However, many believe that Jamie's denial is just a way to deflect attention, possibly out of fear for his safety. It's almost as if he's trying to downplay the entire situation, hoping to shift the focus away from the growing tension. But the way he responded, without going into further detail or offering any concrete proof, has only fueled more suspicion. Some are even saying that his denial feels like an attempt to protect himself, especially when you consider the serious accusations that have been swirling around. The lack of a full explanation or any real clarity in his statement only adds to the mystery, making people question whether there's more to the story than he's willing to admit. At this point, it's hard to ignore the growing sense that Jamie's trying to keep things under wraps, perhaps out of fear.
If you ask anybody about me, they're gonna tell you I'm known for blowing the spot up. So like, I've had altercations with people around him for doing strange things to people that I'm close with, and they do little sneaky stuff like that.
Of what might happen if the truth comes out. The more he tries to downplay the situation, the more it feels like there's something deeper lurking beneath the surface, something he might be trying to keep hidden for his own safety. But after Jamie cleared up all the rumors, things took an even darker turn. While celebrating his birthday at a popular celebrity hotspot in Beverly Hills, Jamie Foxx found himself caught up in yet another suspicious incident. He was hit in the face with a glass which reportedly required stitches. According to his representatives, someone from another table threw the glass, striking Jamie in the mouth. The Beverly Hills Police Department responded to the call, which was initially reported as an assault with a deadly weapon. However, after investigating, they quickly deemed the matter unfounded, leaving many questions unanswered. The whole situation felt strange and left people wondering if there was more to this than just an unfortunate accident. Why was Jamie targeted in the first place? Was it truly a random act of violence, Or was there something more sinister behind it? The fact that the police didn't find enough to pursue the case only deepens the mystery.
Dinner at some eatery in Vegas, and I walk out and my daughter's behind me, and she overheard the dude go, "That ain't that. That's a clone. Diddy got that. That's a."
Jamie was hit in the face just weeks after the buzz around his Netflix special What Had Really Happened was, where he made jokes that seemed to hint at Diddy's shady dealings. You can only imagine why the internet is now speculating that perhaps one of Diddy's people retaliated for the shots Jamie took in the special. It wouldn't be the first time someone faced consequences for airing out secrets, especially when it involves powerful figures like Diddy. Adding more fuel to the fire, Choke No Joke is—
The party's early. I was out by 9. Don't look right, nigga. It's slippery in here. Atlanta saved my life.
doubling down on the allegations. According to Choke, Jamie absolutely did accuse Diddy of being behind his health scare. Choke insists that Jamie wasn't joking, claiming he knows when someone is setting up a punchline and when they're telling the truth. In this case, Choke believes Jamie was being completely real, pointing to the seriousness behind his words in the special. This only intensifies the speculation, with many now wondering if Jamie's comments were more than just comedy, and if they played a role in the bizarre incident that followed. The timing of it all, combined with the high-profile nature of the individuals involved, makes it hard to ignore the possibility that something much darker might be at play.
Apparently, Jamie Foxx was hit in the mouth with a glass in an altercation, in a fight, in a fisticuffs. I can't believe somebody hit Jamie Foxx. Didn't he just—
But it doesn't stop there. Choke also claims that Jamie's decision to lay low after recovering wasn't just about getting better, it was about survival. He believes Jamie kept his head down to avoid retaliation from Diddy. The timing, according to Choke, is just too perfect. Jamie stayed out of the spotlight until Diddy was arrested, which makes it seem like he was strategically staying out of the public eye, possibly to avoid further escalation or fallout from the tension between them. Choke's
and learn from game. I know when somebody's setting up a punchline, and I know when you're serious. And when he said it, I called it, and I'm the one that called the F. He said, Diddy, is the one that did something to me or whatever. And I'm not going to give out.
Theory suggests that Jamie wasn't just being cautious for health reasons, but also for his own safety. It raises the question, was he truly just recovering, or was he trying to stay off Diddy's radar until things calmed down? The fact that he reappeared publicly after Diddy's arrest only adds to the intrigue, leaving people wondering if there's more to Jamie's absence than we initially thought. The streets are buzzing with reactions, and let me tell you, people aren't holding back. One comment hit hard. Jamie is a Diddy himself. He threw the same kind of parties, naked all-male basketball games. And just like Diddy, he had Usher and Bieber in his bed. Jamie even had a young Nick.
I wouldn't say his get back, but for his protection, Jamie was scared, right? He disappeared, right? He out now as soon as Puff went to jail, right? We see him at the game with Jerry Jones, right? Before, nobody seen
Cannon in his bed. None of them are safe. They're all part of the same club. And it doesn't stop there. Another user drew an eerie comparison saying, and then he turned around and said he was joking. He was not joking at all. Just like Kim Porter, Jamie Foxx was always healthy and fit, and then one day he mysteriously gets sick and almost dies. So what's the real deal here? Is Jamie Foxx truly a victim, or is he just as deep in the game as Diddy? And if these allegations are true, how much longer can these secrets stay hidden? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this is one discussion we need to unpack. And while you're at it, smash that like button and hit subscribe for more stories straight from the hood. Don't miss the next video on the end screen. We're diving into even more wild industry secrets.